Hey guys, it's Phoebe. Welcome back to my channel. As you would know if you've seen my last few videos, I've been kind of in a fashion slump, feeling a little bit uninspired, but also just not really knowing what I've been liking and having a hard time making choices and preferences, and therefore not feeling great in anything that I'm wearing. But what I have been really inspired by lately is interior design, and I feel like I'm really honing what I like and why I like it, and what I don't like and why I don't like it in terms of interior design. My last video, if you saw it, was me making over my childhood bedroom in Pittsburgh. Being completely in that world for a while made me kind of realize that maybe I can start thinking about fashion in similar ways as I think about interior design, and maybe what I like and don't like in interior design can tell me a little something about what I probably do and don't like in fashion. It's not hard to see that people's interior design taste and their fashion sense kind of go hand in hand. They're very similar kinds of expression in a lot of different ways. So I compiled a bunch of images of rooms and of outfits, and I'm calling this video "If you like this room, maybe you'll like this outfit" kind of thing. And we're just gonna go through and explore all of the similarities between these rooms and outfits. Hopefully it'll inspire you to do what I've been doing and kind of take hints from interior design and carry them into how you think about fashion and vice versa. You'll get what I mean after a few. So this is the first one we have. If you like this room on the left, I'm willing to bet you like this outfit on the right. In a lot of these, the first thing you're gonna notice is color. The colors in these are very similar. They're muted colors, and it's a very similar color palette, but the similarities really go a lot deeper than that. In both of these images, you have a lot of texture mixing and layering. They're both kind of effortless, slouchy looks, but extremely curated at the same time. So they're not truly effortless, but they have a curated, effortless vibe, and they're both very soft and slouchy. There's not a lot of hard materials. Even like in the room, there is some wood, but in terms of like actual solid materials, wood still gives a very soft look. And even though they're both soft, neither of them are feminine. They're just a little bit more androgynous while remaining soft. The other thing we can look at is value. There are very similar values in the room and in the outfit. They both have dark darks and light lights, but not a ton of stark white or stark black. And in both of these, there's a lot of detail while being low in ornament. So by ornament, I mean like the detailing that's on one singular piece. If you think about like Victorian furniture, that is very high ornament furniture, whereas if you think about mid-century modern furniture, that's very low in ornament. You can kind of apply the same kinds of thinking in fashion. If one piece is like super embellished and has a lot of textural details, I guess, and structural details, I would maybe say that that is highly ornamented, whereas something very simple in structure and straightforward and puts function above unnecessary embellishment, that would be kind of low ornament in my mind. And these are both pretty low in ornament. There's a lot of detail in both, a lot of textures, there's a lot of detail, but in terms of ornament, they're both very simple. Okay, here's the next one. If you like this room, you might like this outfit. Both include a lot of gem tones. They have very similar patterns, those kind of plaid patterns, in very similar colors. Also in both of these, there's one primary bold pattern and a secondary kind of less noticeable pattern. So you all know what I'm talking about when I say the main pattern. It's Lainey's top. This is Lainey Ozark and her baby. It's her top and then the upholstery on the couch. That's the main primary pattern. But then you have kind of a secondary, more subtle pattern in the rug and on the stripes of her pants. The rug and her pants both kind of act as a neutral because the pattern is so much more subtle than the bold pattern. The room and the outfit are also bold but soft. They're not intimidating. They're soft and comfortable, but because of the colors and the pattern, they are quite bold. They're not as muted and subtle as the last one we looked at. These ones also are both not overly gendered. They're not overly feminine or overly masculine. They lay somewhere in the middle. And they both have dark darks and light lights, including bright white and stark black, but neither of them have a ton of mid-tones. So you can see in Lainey's outfit, her shoes are quite light with the black soles. Her pants, she has a stark white and they're very dark in the rest of the pant. And then her top is a mix of dark darks and brighter colors. And in the room here, it's the same story. Really, the only mid-tones are the wood and her skin. And something I've noticed a lot recently is that hair color and skin color contribute so much to the appearance of an outfit. They can really contribute to the color palette and to the contrast and value of an outfit. The same outfit can look completely different on two different people if they have different skin tones or different hair colors. There can be a completely different kind of color blocking effect depending on the skin tone and hair color that's interacting with the outfit. And I've noticed in a lot of these that I've chosen, the color of the wood kind of mirrors the skin in the outfit picture and carries through that warm mid-tone without it being a standout feature. Do you know what I mean? Also in both of these images, the features and design details are kind of compartmentalized and separate. There's not a lot of layering going on. You see all of these things separately and they're not interacting super closely. They're not overlapping with each other on either one. So you get kind of that blocking effect in both the room and in the outfit. This one, very easy to see the parallel in the colors, even in the placement of them. Beige largely on the top, red largely on the bottom, and blue details in the middle. This is another one where the hair kind of plays a big role in this outfit because it brings that dark value into the outfit, where if she was blonde, it would look completely different. And because she has such dark hair, it kind of mirrors the black fixtures and bowls in the room. So you have those dark accents because of those pieces and because of her hair. There's also a lot of color blocking going on, which I kind of said before, and they're both void of pattern. And there's really smooth textures in both. Really the only non-super smooth texture is the very small detailing. So in the room, it's the plants, and in the outfit, it's the flower. I would say that both the room and the outfit are a little bit more overtly feminine than the other outfits we've been seeing. In this one, they both have neutral and muted tones. Some of the dishes are a bit brighter, but the scale and quantity of them makes you kind of read all of the dishes as one. So you don't really see those big pops of brightness. You kind of just read it as one kind of messy but cohesive unit. The vibe in both is kind of messy and effortless, but also really comfortable and like settled in. This home feels very lived in because of all the details that you can see, and her outfit feels very lived in because of how comfortable and muted everything is. If we want to go even further into the elements of design, I think line plays a big role in both this room and in her outfit. In the room, it's all of the lines of the shelving. It's a small space, so you can really obviously see those perspective lines leading back to the shelving. And then in her outfit, you have those classic 3 Adidas stripes on the side of her pants. So if you want to be real crazy, you can draw that parallel. And I would say that both read a little bit more masculine in this one as well. In this one, you can kind of see the color scheme right off the bat. This is an instance where I would say the pieces themselves are more highly ornamented. There are few pieces in each, so it's not like they're mixing a ton and that's where the detail comes from. The detail comes from each individual piece in both of these instances. The dresser with that really uniquely shaped mirror is highly ornamented. That chair, I would say, is highly ornamented. Same within the outfit. There's a lot of detailing on the boots and the lace on the tights and the texture of the sweater. Everything is feminine and a little bit more ornamented than what we had been seeing. A very feminine vibe usually comes along with things that are more highly ornamented. Both of these also have a good combination of light lights, dark darks, and midtones. There aren't a ton of different colors at play, but they're balanced in really similar ways. These ones, again, have a very similar color combination: whites, blues, browns, and reds. They both also feature mainly natural materials and natural textures like wood, leather, cotton, wool, etc. And they both lean a little bit more masculine while remaining very soft. They both have an effortless and cozy energy. Typically, we don't really associate denim with cozy, but because of the way she has styled it, the whole thing kind of makes them read a bit more cozy. Both the room and the outfit feature dark darks, light lights, but not a lot of stark black. And they both have exclusively warm tones. Blue is not really a warm color, but because of the context that it's in, it reads warm. It's not a sterile shade of blue. It's more of a warm, comfortable shade of blue. They also both have mainly solids, bar one standout pattern. So the checkered blanket and the pattern on her boots. In this one, your eye also immediately goes to the colors, and it just so happens that the background of this outfit photo is that butter yellow that goes really well with the image on the left. So they look really nice together, but even if you ignore the background and just look at the outfit, I think they have a lot of parallels. Obviously, those shades of burgundy are like dead on the same. They both feel upscale feminine, yet cozy at the same time. There's more highly ornamented gold hardware in the room, and I feel like that hardware gives the same effect as the kitten heels that she's wearing. The burgundy and gold kitten heels, they're kind of like upscale features. And then in the room, I feel like the brick brings in a more casual coziness into the space, while the cashmere turtleneck brings a similar warmth and coziness into the outfit. They're both fairly minimalist design, but extremely curated to give a very particular vibe. They both definitely lean feminine. Both are void of pattern as well. There's no pattern, they're just solids going on, but contrast comes from texture mixing. So in the room, you have kind of shiny, slick burgundy range with the painted wood cabinetry, the marble countertops, and the brick flooring. And in the outfit, you have cashmere interacting with those sheer tights, interacting with patent leather kitten heels. This is another instance where cool colors kind of have warm tones. The cobalt blues in these images don't read cold or sterile. They read warm because of their contexts. This is another one where I feel like the warmth of the wood and the warmth of her skin give very similar effects. They're kind of like the background that all the other elements exist on, and they bring the basis of warmth. They both have very minimalist compositions, and they both feature mainly natural materials and fibers. So lots of wood and cotton and wool in the room, and then you have the cashmere and linen of the outfit. This one, obviously your eye goes to the white stripes. The other fun thing I wanted to point out is that in the outfit you have the juxtaposition of the horizontal stripes on the top versus the vertical stripes on the bottom. And if you look at the room, you have the horizontal stripes at the bed, and then you do have a couple vertical black stripes on that little bench that's sitting at the end of the bed. So that gives a fun little parallel. I feel the same way about this one as I've said before. The warmth of the wooden bench kind of mirrors the warmth of her skin tone. There's a lot of highly contrasting values in both of these, dark blacks and stark whites, and the midtones are really only brought in through the wood and the skin. And this might sound like a stretch, but I feel like the texture of the plant is a good reflection of the texture of the tassel on her pants. Really subtle, but that is something I noticed. And they both interestingly lean feminine and like upscale despite having very little color and pretty low levels of ornament. There's like a feminine sophistication to both. In this one, they have the same kind of feature colors, cobalt blue and teal. The colors are also in similar shades and in similar proportions, mainly that mid-tone blue with a bit of darker blue, a small amount of teal. The other fun thing is that I feel like the plaid pattern of her shirt mirrors that checkered texture in the blanket in the room. That blanket with the teal chair and the blue pillow is literally like if you turned the pieces of her outfit into stuff for a room. Both of them also feel very effortless and casual while being highly curated. Again, all of these are highly curated because they're just all very thoughtfully designed, but something can still feel effortless and casual and comfortable while being highly curated. And most of the pieces do lean masculine, but as a whole, they don't read super masculine because they have feminine accents, like the ceiling and her purse. Same goes with levels of ornament. Nothing in either image is highly embellished, bar the ceiling and the purse. The ceiling has that cool detailing on it that reads more feminine than masculine to me. And same with her purse. It's a pretty feminine purse. It's not really masculine at all. And then yeah, that checkered pattern parallel to the plaid flannel is really doing something for me. In this one, you do immediately notice all the shades of beige and brown. And this is one where I'm gonna go back to talking about line. I feel like in this one, even more obviously, line is a primary design element in both the room and in the outfit. That detailing on the wall behind the bed and even the drawers on the side table, and then also the horizontal line of like where the wall meets the ceiling, where the bed begins, where the bed ends. There's a lot of vertical and horizontal lines and like perspective lines that are really main features of that room. And as for the outfit, she has those vertical lines on the texture of her singlet, and she has those crossing straps on her shoe, and even the belt creates a horizontal line and the belt loops create vertical lines. And that might seem kind of out there to notice, but I feel like in both images, these lines become so much more noticeable and so much more of prominent features because there's such a lack of color and a lack of contrast otherwise. While the values, the darkness and lightnesses of the two images are different, they're similar because they both have pretty low levels of contrast. So in the room, you have light tones and midtones. You don't have anything bright, you don't have anything starkly dark, you just have lights and midtones. And then in the outfit, you just have midtones and darks. Nothing stark, just midtones and darks. And in both of these, there are low levels of ornament in terms of like textural embellishments, but the small metallic features subtly kind of dress up the whole. So in the room, you have the metallic base of those. I don't know if they're lamps. I keep reading them as lamps, but maybe they're just like decorations. But those little spheres that are on each bedside table, they have those gold bases. And then in her outfit, she has her gold hoop earrings and it looks like a gold belt buckle. And for our last one, we get two outfits in one. If you like this room, you might like these outfits. Both feature gem tones and neutrals as their main color palette. There are lots of textures at play, and I feel like the colors and the detail on all of the paintings are kind of mirrored by the pattern on the dress and the scarf. All of these features, the texture mixing, the gem tones, the patterns, make both of them feel like they lean bohemian. The only thing that I think the room could have that would make it feel even more similar to the outfits is a rug. I feel like the room lacks a softness that it needs in order to be a true parallel to the outfits. But other than that, I feel like they are very similar. They both lean slightly feminine, but in a very kind of alternative way. They're more maximalist than what we've been seeing, but still highly intentional. So let me know if any of these rang true to you. The rooms that you liked, did you like the outfit next to it, and vice versa? If there were any rooms you hated, did you also hate the outfit next to it? Either way, I hope this inspired you to kind of draw your own parallels and think about interior design and fashion with the same kind of design eye. I feel like drawing these parallels is my way of like nerding out about fashion and interior design without always having to apply it to myself. It's fun to just make little observations like that, and in turn, I feel like long term it does help you identify what you like and more importantly why you like what you like. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to, and with that I'll see you with another one in a few days. Bye guys.